Hey, what's up? This is Personal Foul Sports. My name's Travis Anderson.
And I'm Calvin Swanson. Well, you know, as a couple local boys, have a lot of time on our hands, watch a lot of sports, sit on Twitter looking at things all the time.
Of course.
Talk about some of the other things going on. Can you tell me a little about our Timberwolves?
The T-Wolves, they've been off to a pretty good season this year. You know, not quite top tier, but I mean, with Rubio out for much of this, you know, first few months, it's tough to be.
Kevin Love too.
Yeah, Kevin Love's missed a few games, but still, right now we're 8th in the West. We're 6-4 in our last 10.
There we go.
And I mean, we just beat Phoenix the other day, which was a nice game there. And I think looking forward, we're definitely a team that can move up. I think by the end of the season, there's no reason we can't be, 5th in the West and one of the most more dangerous teams out there.
Yeah, I think my high expectations. I would imagine a 5th or 6th seed. Yeah. I just don't. I think they're about one player away. Pekovic has played well. Kevin Love has been way up and down. When he's good, he's great. But when he's struggling, he just looks lost out there.
I think once we get Rubio back completely, once he's not hobbling around anymore, not only will he look good, but he'll be making Love look better. And obviously Pekovic.
Yep, I really like Andrei Kirilenko.
Yep.
Alexei Svet, I almost think he has more potential than Rubio. I haven't seen enough of them to really determine that, but he looks like a great find out there. The two Russians, I like everything they've done to this team. So
yeah, I mean, if we could just swing a trade for a Spaniard too, get a Russian and a Spaniard out there, I think we'd be unstoppable.
Yeah. Well, that Paul Gasol, is that who you're kind of thinking?
Yes, that's who I'm kind of thinking. I'd love to. I love his brother too, but that's not going to happen.
No, I don't think Memphis has given up on him.
No.
Other things that happened, Gophers basketball just came off a big win on New Year's Eve.
Yep.
They beat Sparty and Company, the 18th ranked team. The Minnesota is ranked 9th, I believe.
Yep.
They beat them 76-63. Impressive.
Super impressive.
We went up about 11 in the first half. Sparty came back, got close.
We were losing in the second half for quite a bit, playing like crap, and
they went up 5. And Mbakwe was big. He added 11 points, 12 rebounds, played big inside.
Giant.
Hollins added 22 points. I really believe this team could be a top 3 in the Big Ten. And the Big Ten, one of the best conference in all of college basketball, with Indiana, Michigan, Ohio State. I think Michigan State, they're not as good as they were the past few years, but definitely a capable team to make a run.
Yeah, and they're definitely, they're gonna every year they challenge in the tournament. So
yeah, so I think this is Tubby's make or break year. Big year.
You gotta love that mustache he's got going on.
It's all in the mustache. If he doesn't do it this year, I'm eager to see what would happen after this. But and Gopher football ended on a sour note last Friday. They played well. They're just not quite there. I mean, progress.
I was just happy with them making a bowl, so I'm excited for next year.
Most fans were too. They lost 34-31. They ran the ball great the first half. Secondary actually played pretty well against a stout passing team in Texas Tech. Michael Carter had 2 interceptions.
Which is awesome.
Became a hell of a player this year. I really think
he's really emerged.
Their secondary, Derek Wells will be back next year. Stoudemire, I believe, graduates, but something to look forward to. I mean, Philip Nelson made some plays through that untimely interception that they ran back and got in the field goal range, but something to be optimistic next year. If they take a step back, though, could be troublesome, I think.
Yeah. But, I mean, I see no reason why we'd be taking a step back. I mean, I think nothing but good stuff on the horizon.
You a Jerry Kill fan?
Oh, yeah.
You like Jerry Kill? Yeah. Last thing, Gopher-wise, not a huge hockey expert, but I've gone to a few games this year. Number 4 team in the country, Gopher hockey, manhandled the number 1 team Sunday night. They played,
just destroyed them. It was
Boston College, the number 1 team in the land, who beat them in the Frozen Four. They beat them 8-1. That's staggering. That's
just. You never see 8-1 anymore.
You don't see that. No, it sounds like a twin score. The Twins losing to the Yankees or something. But they're 13-3-3 overall. They have a very good freshman goaltender in Adam Wilcox.
Yeah, he's been playing just phenomenal.
Averages about 1.63 goals per game, 29 games.
Is excellent.
Or not 29 games. It was 19 games.
So
he's looked excellent.
Yeah. Ungullible.
Ungullible.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's a word.
So it is now. It is now.
It is now.
No, I'm not going to call a personal foul on that. But last thing we want to wrap up on, heading into next week. Let's talk Viking Packers again, you know?
Yes, once again, back to back.
We want one more week to rub it in Packer fans' faces.
Yeah, I mean, this will be the third time we play in the past 6 weeks. It's exciting.
Yeah, it is. Do you think, do we have a chance going in there?
I think we got a chance. I mean, the one thing is, Lambeau Field, yes, it's tough to play in, it's tough to win in. But right now, Vikings undefeated in the playoffs at Lambeau.
You know, a whole whopping one game. But
yeah, but I mean, we just got to go out there, make them kiss our ass.
Now that's a personal foul. No. Yeah, I think Peterson could be in line to get more touches again. I don't know if they can sustain that momentum. I mean, they hit a huge buzz on Sunday, and the last 4 games are coming in the playoffs hot, which is great. But I say the Packers are also playing hot, and they played well last week against us. If they can key some things up on defense, I think they could easily confuse Ponder out there. And
I would love to see a lot of weather going on, because honestly, the Vikings are a much better team to play in weather than the Packers are. Because, they got Aaron Rodgers. He's
hucking it down the field.
His hands are cold. He's hucking it. There's a bunch of wind.
Yep.
All we got to do is keep giving it to Peterson.
Yep. If we can get some weather elements, it's definitely better to have a strong run game. But I think Rodgers is talented enough that he can throw for 300 on any given day and 4 touchdowns. But it should be interesting. We'll see. Hopefully we can get Winfield back. I think he was key once he went out. Marcus Sherrills is just not a nickel or dime cornerback, unfortunately, and Winfield's such a good run stopper.
Yeah, I mean, he's most tackles by a D-back out there. I mean, he's right in there. He goes quick, he hits hard.
Doing it at age 35 or 36, whatever he is, he's definitely the key to the secondary. And and Ponder's gonna have to play well and get in that 40-yard, get to the Packers 40 and get it for Blair Walsh.
That's the nice thing for us. We don't as much have to worry about that because we got Blair Walsh, whereas they got Mason Crosby.
Yeah, he kicked a couple field goals yesterday for him.
Yeah, I mean, he did have that 51 on the 40.
Yeah, he had lost a lot of confidence going in.
Yeah.
So.
And then the one thing is last week Greg Jennings really burned us. 8 receptions, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. Hopefully we can put a stop to him. If not, I'd love to see him in purple next year. He's not getting re-signed. I'd love to see him in purple next year. He'd be a great target. Obviously, we need some new targets on our team.
Yeah,
I'd love to see Jennings.
I've been saying for a couple months now he's going to end up being a Viking next year. He's expendable with the contract. They don't want to pay him. They got Randall Cobb, who will be back next week for the Packers.
Yep.
Is what it sounds like. So, should be interesting. Do you have a prediction for us? What do you think? I mean, from our expertise, because we are college kids that know so much about football. I know you guys want to hear our predictions.
I hate to say it, but probably 30-27 for the Green Bay Packers.
You think it's going to be a shootout again?
Yeah,
Close.
I think it's going to be. I think they're both going to put points up.
I'm going to say 28-13. Packers win. Adrian, 34 carries last week. I think the Packers will try to game plan. Unfortunately, I think they'll probably be able to, if they make it Ponder. If they're going to make Ponder beat us, they're going to beat us. I don't think we have a whole lot of a chance, but we're playing hot going into it, so let's hope we're both wrong.
Yeah, we're on a 4-game win streak. Make it 5.
So
I'll make it 8.
Make it 8. Well, yeah, let's go for the Super Bowl.
Screw it.
So, but that's about all we know this week. So hopefully
we'll get to check in with some good news next week.
Hopefully you don't consider this a waste of 6 to 10 minutes of your life, and we're going to be doing this next few weeks. And we are open to discussions, so comment us.
Put your comments on there. We'll answer them either in comment form or make a video.
So, all right, we'll see you next week.
See you next week.